So one thing that I'll say that's interesting that hasn't happened since like even before COVID here in the car market is that I've been able to go to auctions. I went to an auction this morning and bought 8 cars. Whenever I'm going to these auctions, it would seem like every time throughout COVID, even over the last couple of years when COVID wasn't a thing and production wasn't a thing, or production shortages wasn't a thing, and we still had some inventory that were at these auctions, the prices are just so out of hand that every time we would go to the auction, you just feel gross every time you're buying a car because you feel like I'm buying this $2,000 car, but it's costing me $3,000. So I have to bring it back to my car dealership. Now I got to sell for $4,000. And it's getting to a place now where I'm starting to buy cars where it feels like the values are matching up. We're being able to buy some of these Hondas, some of these Toyotas that I used to be able to buy for $2,000 and then jumped up to that $3,000 price point. But now it's coming back down to where it's lower $2,000. $2,300, and I'm able to get them out here. I mean, I've got a Honda Civic right there for $3,500, another Honda Civic $3,500, but we're getting to a place where I'm able to actually buy vehicles where I can price them to where I feel like they're actually worth in this car market. Now, a lot of you might say, okay, well, this high mileage stuff, it's not even worth that. But I mean, this is my business model. We're in North Carolina. I'm in central North Carolina. We don't get any rust. We don't have to worry about anything like that. And I can buy high mileage, older cars, but my niche is that I have to sell cars that are $5,000 and under. And for me to do that, we're buying older cars with higher mileage, but we have to check them out well enough to know that, I mean, old cars with higher mileage, they have problems. So we have to go through them quite a bit. And it's just going back to my earlier point, it's getting to a place where I feel like I'm actually buying cars for what they're worth at auction and being able to sell them for what they're worth to consumers. And when I'm doing that, it doesn't feel as yucky. Over the last 5-6 years, it's felt very, very yucky actually buying a lot of these cars because I feel like I'm paying $3,000 for a $2,000 car, and I got to sell a car for $4,000 that in my mind has always been a $3,000 car. But what happened on the other side of that, well, we would sell them. I mean, we still did great volume. We would put cars out there for $4,000 and they would sell like crazy. And here's the thing, at that $4,000 price point, I was still $1,500 cheaper than every other car dealer that's out there. And here's the benefit that I'm going to get, at least early in this transition period of what we're experiencing right now, is that with my cars, I'm pricing them off of what we're actually paying for them. And as the prices are coming down, well, there's going to be a lot of other car dealers that were like, okay, well, that Toyota Camry that I did sell, that Honda Civic that we got sitting up here, just 6 months ago, 12 months ago, I was getting $4,500 for these Honda Civics. So even though I'm able to buy one right now for $2,500, I'm going to price that thing at what I used to be able to get it for, $4,500. I'm going to hit a home run on every single one of these. But what's going to end up happening is other dealers that are, in my mind, good dealers and actually price their cars off of what they're buying them for, just like myself, where I bought this car probably for $2,500, selling it now for $3,500. Well, those customers that are looking online for those this specific Honda Civic, they're going to see mine for $3,500, and they're going to see these other dealers for $4,500 that are going to want to hit that home run, and they're going to come buy it from me. So one thing I can show you that's been a big struggle for us is, since we've been able to buy more cars, is actually getting them all fixed. And me being a small business owner, we've had a situation where we've had one of our team members actually decide to leave. No hard feelings, nothing like that. Just he decided that he didn't want to be working at a used car dealership anymore. Most people don't really have a clear picture of where their money is actually going. You've got money coming in, bills going out, and cards being used. But it's spread across different places, so it's hard to actually see it clearly. That's where something like Monarch comes in. It pulls everything into one clean dashboard. Bank accounts, credit cards, loans. So you can actually see your full financial picture in one place instead of bouncing between apps. You can break things down between fixed expenses and everything else, so you know what you're stuck paying every month versus what you're choosing to spend. It also gives you AI-powered insights if something changes, like if spending starts to creep up somewhere, so you stay aware without having to constantly dig through your accounts. Private and ad-free, which is nice. You're not the product, they're not selling your data. And it connects with over 13,000 institutions, so everything syncs up pretty easily. If you want a better way to see your full financial picture without making it complicated, check out Monarch.
So click the link in the description or scan the QR code to start your free trial and get 50% off your first year if you use code DEALER50. And thank you to Monarch for sponsoring this video.
Going on to his next phase in life. Praying for him. Hope everything's great for him in his future. But we are a man down, and so what that means is we have a lot of cars that we got to get drive cycles done. We have to actually drive a lot of these cars before we can get them inspected through the state of North Carolina to get them to our finish line, which is getting them cleaned up. But the more little tabs, these little individual things that represent one of these cars are on these boards, things that need to be fixed. These represent my money just sitting here not doing anything, and if they're not moving across here, then my stress level has a direct correlation with what's going on this board. And if I have money sitting there not doing anything and we're behind on actually getting cars out for sale, my stress level obviously goes up because I am in the business to move cars and move them very quickly. If we have a car longer than 2 weeks sitting out here, I want to drop the price. I'm ready to get it go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's always what I'm dealing with in every day, and that's what keeps me up at night is if we have cars that are sitting there not selling, if we have cars that are sitting back here, or even worse, not for sale yet, but just because we're down some people, we don't have enough manpower to even just simply drive a car. That's all I need. I need cars just driven so I can get them inspected. It's a big time problem for us. Usually this is a problem that I have like before tax time when we're loading up for cars, but we're after tax time and we're going into a seasonality, the time period where, what am I trying to say? A season where we're going to be slower. There we go. And for us to be backed up on our cars that are actually getting out, that's not a good setup for us. So this is something that I've got to figure out. You see me as a YouTuber. I don't know what you want to call me, whatever, creator. I hate both of those phrases, but my number one job, though, is to run this business as a small business owner. These are problems I have to figure out. It's easy for me to stand in front of this camera and tell you what I'm dealing with and whine about how things are affecting me as far as the car market and what it's doing to me. But this is the difficult part for me to have these problems right here and then come up with solutions. So every small business owner out there knows what kind of frustration I'm dealing with right now with having money sitting there, not doing anything. And we have to, it's on me to figure out how to get this board cleared up because my people are doing a great job, but there's just not enough of them right now. These other car dealers can buy cars at a similar price point to me, but I'm actually acquiring more of their consumers because I'm not trying to gouge a consumer that's trying to buy one of these Honda Civics, and we're actually pricing off of what we're buying them for. So if I go and steal a car at auction, or in my mind is if I'm going to auction and buying cars for what they're actually worth right now, then I can sell them to these consumers for what they're actually worth. Or if I steal a car, then that consumer can then steal that car from me because I don't care if the car is worth $5,000, but I'm only selling it for $3,500. If I'm still making $1,500 on the car, it doesn't matter to me. I make that $1,500, and then that customer can go and have that car. That's a really good deal. And then they can tell all their friends, they can tell all their family, they can even, their next car they're going to buy, they're going to come to me first and go and check out this car because I'm $1,500 cheaper than every other car dealer right now. This is the kind of environment that I want to get back to, and I'm starting to see that we are getting back to it. And this is how I had crazy growth before COVID. COVID killed me just because the amount of vehicles that were out there that dropped so much. Yeah, I mean, we could sell everything that we put on our lot, but I didn't change my pricing methods at all. I was still making $1,000, $1,200 more than what I actually paid for the vehicle. And as a used car dealer, as a small used car dealer, you couldn't survive in that environment because of how few cars that were actually in the system. And a lot of these car dealers, they ate really well because they just gouged their customers and made so much more money off each individual sale. I mean, if you've watched any of these videos, you've seen anything about a lot of car dealers over COVID when production shortage, you saw markups, you saw a bunch of these additional dealer fees that all these dealers charged. I didn't do any of that. So COVID, even though sales were great and you would sell anything that you put out on your lot instantly, it wasn't great for us because we were doing way more volume. I was making way more money before any of that happened because of the amount of cars that I was able to sell. And because I didn't change my price points, because I didn't change my margins whenever I could have, I mean, that really ended up hurting us. So I hope, and it looks like from what I'm seeing right now at auctions and what we're able to do here at my car lot, that I'm actually getting back to a point where, okay, volume is going to be king here at my car dealership, and I don't have to gouge customers, and I can still make a lot of money because I'm able to go in and buy cars for a lot cheaper than what we've seen over the last few years. And I want to get back to that golden time. 2018, 2019, we absolutely slayed. I was able to have cars out on my car dealership, and there's a truck going behind me now too. That's what you hear that sound. I was able to have tons and tons of cars out here at my car dealership for $1,500, $2,000. I mean, we even own like some domains for our website that surround. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm not trying to hide my dealership from you. I'm just not trying to promote it here on my channel. But we have lots of domains to our website that surround like under $2,500, under $2,000 cars. And that's just something that we don't even give out anymore. We don't even tell customers that easy way to find our website, because what do you see back here? I mean, I don't even have a car right now that's $2,500. Usually we'll keep a few cars that are $2,500, but right now they're selling instantly. But it used to be all my cars were like under $3,000. We had tons of $1,500 cars. We had tons of $2,500 cars. And I don't think we're going to get back to there, but we might be able to get back to a place where a majority of my cars are $3,500 and under. And I can just go ahead. Let's look at it right now. Just this one row. I've got cars in the front row. We've sold a lot here lately, so we don't have a ton that are available. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 cars just on this line right here that are $3,500. And I would guess we probably have another maybe 7 or 8 out on our front row that is facing the road. So this is the kind of car market that I want to be in, where I can buy cars, make $1,000 on a car, and then sell it for $3,500. I think that makes me a lot of money in volume, because if I can sell 60, 80 cars a month, that's where I want to be. That's good money. I mean, I have a lot of expenses. I have employees that cost a lot of money here, and I'm not going to get rich doing this. I get it. But I can be very comfortable. It can be a very easily sustainable business for myself, for my family, and keep the people that we have here employed and happy at that rate. And also, I can get people cars for $3,500. Where you can go buy a car for $3,500? Nowhere. So that's the place that I want to be at, and I feel like I can help people actually doing that. And with the car market progressing in that way, and it not feeling so yucky, I'm actually going to these car auctions and buying these cars now for what I think these cars are actually worth. It makes the environment, it makes my sanity, it makes my stress levels come down. I said my sanity and my stress level come down, my sanity come down. Doing YouTube for a while, my sanity has absolutely come down. If you've followed along with me for a while, but yeah, that's an environment I want to get back to, and I feel like I can sleep better at night when I'm selling more $3,500. When I'm selling more cars for $3,500, when I think that they're actually $3,500, versus selling a bunch of $3,500 cars for $4,000 or $4,500, at least in my mind, what I think they're worth. Obviously, the market is telling us that those cars were worth $4,000, they were worth $4,500, but I have such that grandpa mentality where I like to look back. I call it grandpa mentality because my grandpa would always complain about things being so expensive that hamburger that we would have to pay $2 for, it used to be 13 cents, and it would be so frustrating for them. But I think I even have a lot of that, where I can see like some of these Honda Civics, some of these Toyota Corollas that I used to be able to sell for $2,000, $2,500, and now they're a good price is $3,500 on it or $4,000 on it. It's hard for me to get to the space where I feel good about selling a car that, in my mind, my perception, is a $3,500 car for $4,000. Even though in this market it might still be a screaming good deal, it's hard for me.